for your Atlanta Hawks. At 4'6'8", number 10, Zachary Rizase. At center, 6'10", number 17, Onyeka Okongwu. At guard, 6'7", number 5, Dyson Daniels. At forward, 6'8", number 1, at guard, 6'1", number 11, Trae Young. The head coach of your home team. Once again, the starters for your Atlanta Hawks.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, with David Aldridge roaming the sideline. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Russell is out there with Thomas, and it's Williams at the 3 spot. And for Atlanta, the front court is Rizase and Johnson. Daniels out there with Young. And it's Okongwu in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Should be a lot of great ball movement tonight, RJ. These teams love sharing the wealth out there.
And you gotta love it, Kevin. As a player, it's always great to see a team functioning as a unit. Fans love to see everyone get involved.
Now, here's Johnson. And stolen by Okongwu. And here we go. It's good. Johnson's got the game going here with the first basket for the Hawks.
And how about the find by Trae, making sure he keeps his teammates involved.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Johnson for 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Here's Daniels, and he uses the glass on the lane.
And you can tell Rizase has a great basketball IQ. He spots the opening and delivers the pass on time.
And taken away by Johnson. And now here comes Daniels, leading the break. Here's Rizase. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Russell kicks to Williams. Looking to end the run. He takes it up and lays it in.
And I like Russell's ability to create for others. He does what's best for the team.
Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
Just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Here's Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Just great anticipation by Young. He just sees the play developing, knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball.
Now, here is Russell. Williams for 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Williams has got 5 points so far.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And he gets the bucket.
Nice job capitalizing down there. Young good at probing inside and finding some space.
Williams with the ball. He's picked up by Rizase. Russell from long range. Good defensive work there by Young. The Hawks have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Off target from the baseline.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
The shot by Williams, no good. The Hawks leading by 6. Pass to Rizase. It's stolen by Johnson. Off they go on a 3-on-1 break. Williams passes to Russell. And the Nets miss again. Here is Daniels. He's guarded by Williams. They get the rebound. Count the basket.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And the Nets decide to take their first time out here. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
The Nets making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Nets trail by 8. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And a moment now, look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Hawks.
So far, they've shown a terrific work ethic in transition, pushing the pace whenever possible and getting out ahead of the defense to score.
On top of that, they're creating turnovers and taking advantage by converting on the offensive end.
Here's Johnson. Johnson draws it up to the paint. Out to Russell. 6 on the shot clock. Hacked on the shot. And he'll have 3 chances at the line. Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
And that one falls for Claxton. You know, the hopes of a super team in Brooklyn did not come to fruition at all, Richard, and you saw it firsthand.
Thank you for reminding me of that, Kevin. Yes, I had a front row view to it. And look, from a fan's perspective, it's a tough take. The team brings in some of the biggest stars this league has ever seen. You are thinking championship, and you never got close.
And he nails the third. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Young's shot is good.
Oh, crafty move there by Young, finessing his way around the contact.
Russell kicks to Johnson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And if you listen to Cam Johnson talk about shooting, my goodness, RJ, he is a student of the game.
Studies a lot of different shooters, constantly analyzing his own footwork. And you know what? The result speaks for themselves.
That's good from Johnson. Following some ups and downs, Richard, the Brooklyn Nets, and you know this, they're back in rebuild mode.
Yes, unfortunately they are. The fans shouldn't let the word rebuild discourage them. The Nets still have a ton of solid pieces, and it's just a question of making smart moves from here on out.
Ricochet with it, covered by Johnson. Here's Young. Off target on the 15-footer. Johnson goes in, and it's Daniels with the rebound.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoided fouling, and got in perfect position to alter that shot.
Now, here is Russell. Still without a basket. And the Nets miss again. Driving the lane. Here's Ricochet. He's guarded by Thomas. 3-pointer, Daniels. Brooklyn with the rebound. 1:24 left to play in the first. Here's Thomas. Russell trying to free himself up.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious. Two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Russell against Young. Hits it from about 6 feet away. Young's got 6.
Such a creative ball handler. Young has an ability to carve out room for himself with his dribble.
Johnson outside. From downtown, Gay with the rebound.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, that's a good defender making a play, and he does it without fouling.
Here's Nance. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And what I like about Nance Jr. is how he positions himself, knows his strengths on offense, and plays to them.
And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Johnson. He's got 5.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Gay. No scoring in this one. Young with no one around. Back to Daniels. There's the triple. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Russell dishes to Johnson. Three-pointer. The shot that time, not on target. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Hawks lead by 5. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Johnson sharp out there with Trendon Watford. Then it's Williams. And it's Wilson in at the 3. Here's Williams after Clint Capella's bucket. Watford passes to Wilson. From deep. Traps in the tray. Wilson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game, for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. Pass to Krejci. Over Williams. Oh, that's offensive interference.
Interference. No basket.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Bonnie's checked in. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. On the pass to Sharp. Shoots over Johnson. Here's Williams. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Stayed with it, and his effort is rewarded with the second chance bucket.
The Hawks leading by 6. Here's LeVert. Takes it inside, and the layup's good off the glass. LeVert's got 4 points in the quarter.
And just so good at reading angles. When LeVert spots a lane to the rim, he is all over it.
Kicks to Williams. Wilson against Johnson. Shot On the wing, the shot by Wilson, no good. Hawks have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Passes it to Watford. Now here's Williams. 7 points in the game. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Clint Capella. The Nets have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. No good on the free throw.
2 shots.
And he sinks the second. Here's LeVert. Johnson in the corner. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. And he can't jam it through. Here's Clowney. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Clowney's got his first bucket in this one.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
In transition, here come the Nets. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
So it's the Hawks now. After the basket by Brooklyn, LeVert finds man. That one's in, his first shot this game.
A solid passer at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Yeah, we can see over here, the coach, he has some choice words for his team. Words we cannot repeat.
Both teams will make substitutions. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Outside, Martin. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
And you look at the career of D'Angelo Russell. I mean, he's played for several teams, including the Lakers twice.
Teams keep trading for D'Lo for his offense. He can be electric. There is a reason why he's been named an all-star in his career.
And that's pro. Russell gets his man a little out of position and draws the foul.
Russell. 2 shots.
And so Russell hits them both.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
On the wing, Nance. We've got 1:48 left here in the second. Off target at the rim. Back to Russell. Down low. Here's Claxton. Nance with some nice D.
That's just the bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss them.
Here's Daniels. And he comes up with the deuce. And the Hawks lead by 5. There's 1:17 left in the first half of basketball.
Oh, he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Here's Buffkin. He has yet to score. Pass to Nance. Here's Buffkin. He kicks to Daniels. And the ball goes out of bounds. As touched by Claxton. There's 53 seconds left in the first half. On the wing, Daniels fires from deep. A rebound by the Nets. Claxton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Martin, the pass to Claxton. Outside, Russell. The three-pointer is right on target.
The three.
Russell's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Good form on the jump shot. Russell's ability to stretch the floor makes him even more valuable. And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
It's good.
An active competitor, Russell won't go down without a fight, especially around the rim.
Here's Daniels. Count it. Daniels has got 8. Nets have gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above the 50% mark from the field. Here is Nance. Inside, Okongwu. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. And now a 4-point Hawks lead.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Hawks on top, up 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much with Quinn Snyder.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. At one point, they were ahead by 8 points. The second quarter was a heated battle, and they were only outscored by 1, ending the half with a 4-point lead. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
What you like is many of their baskets come off assists. That's a sign of a team that's working together and functioning at a high level. No need to have this hero ball when I'm going to shoot and no one else is going to get the ball. Nope, they moved it, and we'll see if they can keep it up in the second half.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, they could be ahead in this game if they were taking care of the boards. More possession means more scoring opportunities. Few rebounds either way could decide the outcome of the game. Ultimately, this game will come down to who wants it more.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Here's Young. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Rizashea in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Now, here's Johnson. After the miss from Trae Young. Johnson, the pass to Claxton. From beyond the arc. Rebound by the Hawks. They've led by as much as 10. Daniels, no good. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Nets. 4-point game. Shot by Johnson, no good. Here's Daniels, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Atlanta foul. Jalen Johnson. His first. Team's first.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 and 5 here.
Nicholas Claxton. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Claxton. That one misses. And Reza Shea, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch. At his size, that becomes very tough to contain.
Russell finds Williams. It's Thomas on the wing. 4 on the shot clock. The Trae. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Daniels. That shot is off. Johnson with the defensive effort. Russell dishes to Williams. Johnson up top. The Nets working the ball around now. Back to Russell. Lays it up off the glass. Russell's got 9.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Over to the left wing. Johnson right side. It's stolen by Johnson. Over in the corner, Williams. Outside, Russell. And they double up Russell. Outside, Thomas. That misses, and a chance to tie it there.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Nets trail by 3. Russell inside, defended by Young. Here's Johnson. Young with the steal. Here's Okongwu. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got 3 assists in the game. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. George Niang comes in for Johnson. Mann's checked in for Reza Shea. And it's LeVert in for Dyson Daniel. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Sharp's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Brendan Watford comes in for Johnson. Wilson, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Johnson in for D'Angelo Russell.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Johnson outside. Here's Thomas. Got it. Good job on the low post.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Niang with the ball. Watford on him. A nice shot by LeVert.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor him.
Now here's Johnson. Hasn't made one yet. Sharp finds Thomas. Oh, and the jam by Thomas.
And I can say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. The Hawks leading by 7.
2 minutes remaining in the third. Atlanta foul. Trae Young. His first. Team's first.
We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter. And Capella sends it back.
Quick off the floor, has that long reach. Capella there with the intimidation.
Nets trail by 7. Johnson up top, defended by Young. 1:37 left to play in the third. Count that one. Mann's got his second basket. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
All you have to do is look at one stat, and that is their block numbers. It tells you how tight their D has been. They've been going out of their way to smother the defense.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
Now here's LeVert. 10 points for him. Thomas surveying the D. Capella against Sharp. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas, and he drops that one in. Thomas got 6 points in the quarter.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
LeVert from outside. The rebound by Watford. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 5. On the wing, Johnson. Looking to get back on track here. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
LeVert inside the line. Quick shot there, and it's off target. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Watford. Capella covering. Wilson left side. Here's Sharp. Another shot. The rebound by Niang. Here's Young. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
Boy, that was close. Got it in just in the nick of time.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Hawks lead by 5. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
We talk a lot about playing for one another. Right there with the pass, he's demonstrated what it means to do exactly this.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Johnson. Williams is out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Clowney in at the 4 spot. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Johnson.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Nets shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. To the inside. Reza Shane with the steal. Niang kicks to LeVert. Into the lane. And he goes in for the dunk.
And LeVert is playing with such passion on offense. He's just not afraid to play a big role on that end.
Here's Russell. Pass to Claxton. The kick out to Williams. 3-pointer. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Now, here is Russell. Reza Shea with the steal. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Johnson. Pass to Reza Shea. The second chance effort. And the rejection by Claxton. To the middle. Here's Clowney. Back to Claxton. The Nets working the ball around now. There's Williams with the 3. Offensive rebound to take the lead. Johnson with the block. And here's LeVert. Launches it from deep. Rebound, Brooklyn. Williams has got 4 rebounds in this game. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Kicks it out to Johnson. A 3-ball. Some solid defense from Johnson.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Daniels is checked in for George Niang. Here's Ricochet. And the dunk by Ricochet.
Yeah, if you give Ricochet a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
Inside. Here's Claxton. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Hawks have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. LeVert the pass to Daniels. Offline with his 3. Brooklyn trailing. Top of the key, Claxton. Doubled by Okongwu. Pass to Clowney. Now, here is Russell. Shot clock at 6. And Clowney can't get it to go. The Atlanta's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Three-pointer, LeVert. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. And the Hawks lead by 4.
And LeVert with that slashing approach coupled with the outside shot. Boy, he is not an easy cover.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, they need to regroup and maybe try and draw something up that can get them a clean look at the basket.
And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Karis LeVert.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, guys. During that break, listened in on Jordi Fernandez's huddle. He told his guys to max it out on the 3. If those shots aren't coming, then we need to move on. There are other looks for us out there. We want some diversity in those shot attempts, guys.
All right, David, thanks. Now, here is Russell. That shot off. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. In transition, here come the Nets. And he drops it in from the low post.
Yeah, you want the momentum on your side, and Russell showing you how it's done.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
I'm sure all of the above is in order, and you can never be too content.
Brooklyn making some changes. Who has checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And Trendon Watford subbed in for Johnson. Young with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Young's shot is off. Brooklyn's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Williams. And it's Williams with the jam.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. On the wing, Johnson. Got loose. Williams attacking.
Nice finish.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. And that one drops for him. Cabela's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
Just has a nose for the ball. Capella skilled at gaining ideal position for those offensive rebounds.
Now, here is Russell. Good on the triple. Russell's got the lead up to 3 now for Brooklyn.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
And here's Young from the arc. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Williams finds Watford. That 3 off the mark. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Atlanta Hawks. Here's Nance, and the Nance slams it in.
Nance is special. How easy is it for him to make the spectacular look routine?
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting about 47% here in the fourth. Russell inside. He's against Young. And that one's good. Russell.
And there's the punchline. Russell delivers it on point in style.
Feeds to Capella. Kicks it out to Johnson. Takes a shot at the elbow. Back to Nance. Fires away from way outside. And they get it back. The Hawks working the ball around. Here's Ricochet. Money!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Here's Thomas.
Oh, my goodness, man. Getting everyone involved. Russell operating the offense like a seasoned vet.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
So calm when the game is on the line. Young knows it's his job to bring this game home.
For the Hawks, Okongwu comes in for Clint Capella. And Dyson Daniels subbed in for Larry Nance. And then for Brooklyn, Nicholas Claxton comes in for Lewis. And Johnson subbed in for Trendon Watford. He sinks the clutch free throw.
And in a close game like this, they can really rely on him to take care of business at the line.
Here's Russell. Good!
And big-time bucket there. They've got to play for a stop here with the two-point lead. Most important thing, no open threes.
Atlanta calls timeout. They trail by 2. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And the Hawks making a change here. LeVert's checked in. 20 seconds left to play here in the fourth. It's Okongwu, high post. Can't cash in. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Trae Young, his second. Team second. Shooting for Brooklyn.
It's the first. That makes it a 3-point lead.
2 shots.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 4-point ball game.
Cool, calm, and collected. Say that 3 times fast. He makes them all and puts this game away.
Puts up a deep 3. Off target with that shot. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching tonight's game on 2K Sports. See you later.